It is an absolute bloodbath in the markets. There's body parts, limbs, headless corpses scattered around. It is just an absolute war zone out there. So what's going on? Why is the Bitcoin one-day chart looking like this? Why did it just nuke all of a sudden at around 1 p.m. Eastern, down 8% in the day? And it was already having a bad week, down 13% on the week. So what is going on? What caused this just free fall downward? Well, it's a couple different reasons. As we've learned before, if there's just one piece of bad news in the market, that's generally not enough to nuke the market. But if there's 2 or 3 pieces of bad news, or in this case, in my opinion, 4 specific pieces of bad news that just tornadoed together exactly yesterday, and that is what caused the market to nuke. So what are the pieces of news? Well, the most important one, I think, was this right here. President Biden's proposed tax proposal. He came out with a new sort of budget that had a bunch of increased taxes all across the board. This part of the proposal right here, increased capital gains taxes for everyone from 20% to 40%. That's obviously, in my opinion, way too high. Everyone on Twitter pretty much felt the exact same way. I don't think this proposal will actually pass, but just reading the headlines, 20% to 40% for any stockholder, any crypto holder, that just did not sound good at all. That sent jitters through the markets. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2, Silvergate yesterday morning announced they are being liquidated permanently. So they are done completely. Silvergate is the number 2 crypto bank behind Signature Bank. So what does that mean? A crypto bank? That means if you're going crypto to fiat through, Binance US, Coinbase, any exchange that's in the US and has fiat services, then there needs to be a bank that cashes it from crypto to fiat. So they are the number 2 one. Now the good news is they're not nearly as big as Signature Bank, the number 1. Silvergate has just over 11 billion assets, whereas Signature Bank, which works with Binance US, they have 114 billion assets. So Signature Bank's about 12, 13 times the size. So that's good. If that bank had gone under, this would have just been catastrophic. But as we've learned with Terra Luna, with FTX, when any entity goes under, it just sends jitters through the market. So Silvergate going down, that was reason number 2. Reason number 3, this also hit the newsstand yesterday morning. New York sues KuCoin, expands crypto crackdown. So this story was pretty interesting, actually. So the New York Attorney General, they're suing KuCoin, saying it's a security, basically, an unlicensed exchange serving U.S. customers. So KuCoin is pretty big. You're probably surprised to hear that it is the number 4 exchange for spot market trading volumes behind the big 3, Binance, Coinbase, Kraken. I think most people thought KuCoin was in the top 10, top 15, but maybe not in the top 5. No, they are. They're consistently right there, number 4. So this is pretty big right here. It's also kind of surprising because it kind of seems like change of strategy from the New York Attorney General, the DOJ. Recent months, they've obviously targeted Binance a little bit more. So this kind of means maybe a shift of strategy. They've kind of given up on going after Binance because look at this headline right here. So there's been a lot of FUD around Binance the last few months, January, February in particular, FUD from the government, even more FUD from competitors, other exchanges that kind of want to take into Binance's market share. Binance is the number 1 exchange by trading volumes by a landslide. Look at these, $20 billion in average daily trading volumes. Number 2 is only $1.8 billion. So a lot of competitors are, creating FUD, trying to dig into Binance's market share. Look at the stat here. This just came out earlier in the week. Binance's spot market share actually rose 2.5% from January to February. This is printed, I think, on Tuesday. Went up from 59.4% spot market trading volumes in January to 61.8% in February. So with all the FUD peaking in the last month or 2, somehow Binance's market share went up, and it's not like any other exchanges went down and they just automatically just acquired volume. No, they just went up. So it does seem to be the DOJ is maybe changing strategy, kind of giving up on Binance too hard to sort of bring them down, so go after KuCoin, who is also a pretty big exchange. So that's 3 reasons. Then the number 4 reason is kind of a wild card here. We're not really seeing too much about this one, but this became public about a week ago that Silk Road Bitcoin's for sale. So we see headlines like this pretty frequently, but a bunch of coins were confiscated from the Silk Road in 2012, 2013. Now, earlier in the week, there was a transfer of 1 billion coins owned by the government from the Silk Road days to Coinbase. 1 billion. So those even could have been sold yesterday. Maybe that caused Bitcoin to nuke. This was in Bitcoin. This was not in any other coins. This was in Bitcoin. Or maybe just the news when it went public, knowing that the coins had gone to Coinbase and they were probably going to be sold pretty soon. Maybe that just caused the market to nuke. Either way, it could have just instilled fear, but that is the fourth reason right here. So these are the four reasons. Tax hike that came out yesterday, KuCoin news that came out yesterday, Silvergate, that they're officially going over, that came out yesterday, and then the Silk Road coins, that's kind of been a story the whole week. So those four reasons combined to cause Bitcoin to go down around 7.5%, 8%, and have a very bad week. So that's that. Now on to Jasmy. So obviously Jasmy's price action, I started with Bitcoin because all coins always follow Bitcoin, especially during big market moves like this. So obviously Jasmy's one-day price graph is going to look like this here. It nuked at literally exactly the same time, about 1, 2 p.m., straight down, went down 7%, identical with Bitcoin, 7.5%, 8%. Right there, the charts are nearly to a T. Jasmy was kind of sort of flat, slightly down on the week right here. Is kind of flat on the week, or I guess they're down 20% on the week. So Bitcoin was down 13, 14%. So the price action kind of parallels Bitcoin's. So that's why it sucks when Bitcoin goes down, because pretty much no altcoins go up. They all go down. So it's hard to get excited about certain altcoins when you know that nothing can really go against the grain of the market. If the market's flat, then altcoins can pump. But if the market is going down, pretty much no altcoin can go up for any reason. So hopefully we'll get over this little dip pretty soon. But what else is new with Jasmy? So not too much news in the last week since I brought you the last video. A couple things here. So somebody put up this graph here that actually, I think this is on Coinbase maybe or something, but actually I guess 99% of the total orders coming in for Jasmy are buys and only 1% sales. And I've seen this posted a couple times, so I think this is pretty accurate. So it's predominantly buying. So honestly, when I saw this, I'm like, well, the price should be going up a little more than it is. So that tells me it's mostly sort of retail, sort of low volume traders that are buying it, but the sentiment's there. It's positive. I guess we just need, bigger buys and continued momentum, but it's a good thing here. Always bullish. What else news? Not much news on the circulating supply. It's still at around 95.2% here, so no coins were added to the supply since last week, which the fact that it's, just going to stay in there 95%, that's a good thing. What else? Hara put up this tweet right here. DMCC operates the world's first meta service club with high development technology partnerships with real major international clubs and DJs from all over the world as a Japanese project. I'm also supporting them in a very small way. So this DMCC project, it's not related to Jasmy, but it's a Japanese crypto project. They got listed on LBank today, so Hara was wishing them congratulations. Here they are. So I guess DMCC is headquartered in Dubai, but it's run by Japanese owners. I guess that they're something, I'm not really sure what the crypto incorporation is here, but their product is they're making something called the Free Zone in Dubai, where they're investing in real estate, they're investing in business, sort of communities, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they have some crypto incorporation here, and they got listed in LBank. Hara's pretty pumped. So that's kind of good because Japan, although their adoption is very high, a lot of people rank them as being number 1 or 2 in terms of crypto adoption for just regular people, even ahead of the U.S. They don't really have that many big projects. Jasmy is pretty much the only really big one. Now DMCC, so it's good to see other Japanese projects getting into the mix. That would always just rub off good on Jasmy. What else? So this is coming up here. Q4 of 2004. I've seen this referenced a little bit, but it's going to sort of mirror a token burn, which you need to do if you're retail current. But I guess the platinum data utilization business is locking up coins, so looking to lock up 70% of coins, or those are locked up right now, and then they're going to burn them in Q4, burn some of them or all of them, something like that. So that's good. I would only suggest really don't hesitate to promote the word burn. A lot of times burns are more just a marketing strategy, and then on Twitter, so the coins are burned, it's good, but just, promoting these coins are burned, this amount was burned, Twitter people, they love that. I have seen that definitely positively affect the price with other projects, so you don't really need to phrase it as like deflationary, it is deflationary, but really promote the token burn aspect, the bigger the better. That would be my recommendation. Then what else? So as for exchanges, Jasmy is already on every single exchange. So this is the only negative about being on every exchange. There's nothing new to really get added to. In my other videos for newer projects, I say I always look for projects to be on a few tier ones, maybe a few like BitGet, Bybit, MEXC, but not necessarily maybe Binance, Coinbase, or KuCoin, because then there's room for the big exchanges to list them, and always when a big exchange lists them, that pumps the price. And if it's one at a time, like, Huobi lists them, then KuCoin lists them, the Binance lists them, that's like 3 price pumps in a row that can create a lot of upward price momentum. But Jasmy got listed on most of the big exchanges almost immediately, just because, based on the reputation of the team, the ex-Sony executives, and Jasmy had a lot of money to begin with. You do have to pay to be on these exchanges, so Jasmy was totally fine just kind of throwing money here and there, which is a good thing. So it's great they're already on the exchanges, but there's no new exchanges to be added, so that's kind of the only negative right there. That's it for today. Drop a comment down below. Love hearing from the Jasmy community. Definitely one of my favorites right there. No new videos over the weekend. Be back with a new video on Monday, so everyone have a good weekend. Ben Crypto signing out. Catch you later.